To next summer, you would be well advised to spend this winter doing the correct training sessions.
You would, but we haven't all got loads of time to train. So coming up, we've got 5 short, potent and beneficial sessions that should have you dropping your mates next summer. I think he's got a head start, don't he?
Yeah, he hasn't got much time to train, has he?
This first one should ease you in relatively gently. Have a nice warm up for about 10 minutes, then it's time to start what we call the ramp. So for the first 10 minutes of this session, ride at around 5 out of 10 perceived effort level. Then every 10 minutes, increase that effort level by 1 until for the final 10 minutes of the hour, you're riding at a 10 out of 10 effort, which is pretty difficult, of course. Then at the end, have a nice 5-minute warm down.
Tempo is a rather well used word in our world of cycling, but there's little doubt that if you're a bit strapped for time, you want to get fit quickly, it's very effective indeed. So this next session is all about the 10-minute blocks. Warm up again for 10 minutes and then start the first of 5 10-minute blocks at tempo. Now if you're going purely on feel, these should feel like an 8 out of 10 effort. If you're using a heart rate monitor, you should be around 85 to 95% of your functional threshold heart rate, or if you happen to have a power meter, between 75 and 90% of your FTP.
Now, the interesting bit of this session regards our recovery. So between the first and the second set of 10 minutes, we're going to get 8 minutes of riding easily. But then between the second and third sets, just 6 minutes. Then 4 minutes, and then only 2 minutes between the penultimate and the final set of 10 minutes. Then, surprise, surprise, you get 10 minutes to warm down at the end, and then you're all done and dusted in just an hour and a half. When you're doing the efforts though, you need to really focus on keeping it smooth. So, smooth pedal technique, staying seated, and thinking about a rock solid upper body.
For this session, you need to rope in a mate, and you'll need to be of a reasonably similar standard, but you can tailor the session to accommodate any variance in fitness.
We want to start with a 10-minute warm-up, and then we're going to do long turns on the front at sweet spot intensity. So that is about 9 out of 10 on the effort level meter, and about 88 to 95% of your functional threshold power, and about 95% of your functional threshold heart rate. And those long turns we talked about, 10 minutes. You're going to repeat them until you've done a total of 40 minutes riding after your warm-up, and then we're going to shorten them down to 5-minute turns, and we'll keep swapping until we've done an hour of riding.
Try to choose a relatively flat or gently undulating bit of road so there's little in the way of disturbance. Now, if one rider is stronger than the other, make sure the stronger rider spends just a little bit more time on the front, and equally the weaker rider spends just a little bit less time on the front.
Can you do a bit longer, mate? Just keep going a bit longer.
More?
Yeah.
This is a training ride which you can get done in an hour, and you can do it out on the open road if you've got suitable roads and suitable terrain, or you can easily get it done on an indoor trainer too. Once again, as ever, warm up for around 10 minutes before starting the first of 3 micro interval blocks.
Yeah, now the first session is 10 minutes of 40 seconds hard and 20 seconds easy. Now this is a really good session to do on feel. So the 40 seconds hard should be done at around 9 out of 10 sort of perceived effort level, whilst the other 20 seconds should be done at around 3 perceived effort level, just depending on how good you're feeling.
After that first 10 minutes, do 10 minutes of fairly easy riding, then repeat it again, and do another 10 minutes of fairly easy riding before starting your final block, which is only 5 minutes long, but this time you're going to do 20 seconds hard and 10 seconds easy. Again, with the 10 seconds being at 3 out of 10 effort level, but the 20 seconds being 9 or even 10 out of 10 effort level. do a 5-minute cool down, and your session is done.
Let's do it.
There is definitely no harm in doing some sprint training over the winter. And in fact, we would definitely recommend it, either just trying to maintain or indeed improve your top end power.
Yes, this next one is again a good one to do with a friend. And the idea is that you get a slightly longer warm up in of around 15 to 20 minutes before doing the first of 20 sprints.
20?
That's right, you heard that right.
Ooh.
20 sprints. It's a lot, but it's definitely achievable. So for the first 10, you want to have one person on the front leading out, sprinting in the saddle for 10 seconds before the second rider then does a 10-second sprint out of the saddle, and alternate for the first 10. Between each one, have 3 minutes of very easy riding.
Then your final 10 sprints, we think you should have a bit of a race. 10 seconds flat out, head to head. Now if one rider, oh by the way, with 3 minutes recovery between of course, one rider will inevitably, I'm sure, be a slightly stronger sprinter, and they need to be handicapped. So start sprinting maybe 1 or 2 seconds later, and then the weaker rider tries to hold them off, and the stronger rider tries to catch them up.
So you can set off inside.
Smart ass.
We'd love to know how you get on with these sessions, and you can do that by leaving your comments down below.
Yeah, now bear in mind that these are pretty tough sessions, aren't they? And so that you probably don't want to do more than 2 or 3 a week, and make sure that you get enough recovery between them. And then what else is left? Well, you got to crikey. I don't know what session he's doing, but
Certainly intense.
he probably needs to do quite a few as well to go well come summer. Anyway, what were we saying? Subscribe to GCN. To do that, just click on the globe.
Now for a video on how to calculate your functional threshold power, FTP, and your functional threshold heart rate, click just up here.
Yeah, or for some training tips on how to raise that all-important functional threshold power, click just down there. Do you think we need to go find him? He's gone into a field.
Concerned. Yeah, we're going to have to go now. See you in a bit.